Well, good evening. Yes, we are back and we are here with you live in studio at the world headquarters of Nooga Radio 92.7 FM and the Locker Room Show. And want to say a big thank you to my good friend Keon Rose, filling in adequately and succinctly in making sure that your sports fix is on every weeknight. And been out of the state for Friday, Saturday, actually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We got back late Tuesday night. Had a wedding to go to up in the Buffalo area on Friday night. And Saturday, spent it enjoying a graduation party for my one son, Peanut, who just turned 18 recently and graduated high school. And then we were getting him ready for college. He's already going to be going off to college here very quickly. So we were getting some of the necessities needed for that. Got to take care of our boys. And, dealing with some other issues as well. But we're glad to be back in studio for the Locker Room Show. And don't forget, coming up at 8 o'clock, normally you would hear the Clutch with Keon Rose, but Thursday nights is always different. Keon and Russell Stroud, our esteemed news director, have a show called Two Millennials Talking. They'll be talking about millennial issues. That'll be coming up here after the news at 8 o'clock here on Nooga Radio. Talking about Millennial Day coming up. So if you're into that, well, make sure you tune in for that. Let's get a few things out of the way. If you'd like to call in with a question or comment, phone lines are always open at 423-800-8949, 423-800-8949. You can always check us out on Facebook Live. Leave your comments on there. We constantly see comments all the time. Have people that pop in and out watching the show. So we'll say hi to you now. And we're also on YouTube as well. That microphone just gets in the way all the time. But anyway, you can call us. You can leave your comments on Facebook Live. A lot of things happening here today. Big news coming out of downtown Chattanooga. University of Tennessee Chattanooga wrestling coach Heath Eslinger has resigned. Was announced earlier today. He spent 9 seasons as head coach at his alma mater, and he informed UTC Vice Chancellor and Director of Athletics Mark Wharton earlier today, this morning, in fact, that he would be stepping down. And according to Wharton, it was always my hope that Heath Eslinger spend the rest of his career leading our wrestling program. He's an outstanding coach and an even better human being, and we're certainly going to miss him. As most of us know, he has become a sought-after public speaker and coaching mentor. He has an opportunity to couple that with his faith and follow a new career path. And in the statement, Wharton states, "We wish him and his family nothing but the best as they embark on this new journey." Eslinger was hired on July 11, 2009, and went on to win 6 Southern Conference titles in 9 seasons. Has a career record of 101 and 61, which is a .623 percentage, including an amazing 53-5 record or a .914 percentage mark in Southern Conference matches. He is twice named the SoCon Coach of the Year in 2011 and 2013. And has coached 2 SoCon Wrestlers of the Year, 2 SoCon Tournament MVPs, and 3 SoCon Freshmen of the Year. The Mocs have also brought home 25 individual league titles in this tenure. And Coach Eslinger commented in the release from the school, "I can't express my gratitude enough for the university, this department, our alumni, and all of our student athletes and coaches for the privilege of leading this program. I have truly been blessed to be able to lead this team and be around such great people. I am not leaving one thing, but rather running towards something that has been a passion of mine for several years, and I will do everything I can to help move this program forward and position it for success in the future. I believe the best days are ahead for Chattanooga wrestling, and I know our administration is in full support. My children have grown up here, and we are grateful for the friends, colleagues, parents, many others who have made this special for all of us. I look forward in seeing what this future holds here. Can't wait to see how God uses my family in the future. The Mocs have been at the forefront of the promotion of collegiate wrestling during Esslinger's tenure with the creation of the Chattanooga Strong brand. His aggressive marketing approach helped UTC set attendance records in McClellan Gym, including a sold-out crowd of 2,639 for the Iowa match back in 2013. Now, if you've ever been to McClellan Gym, sold-out crowd of 2,639 people, that's packing the place. Esslinger orchestrated the move of the Southern Scuffle to Chattanooga's McKenzie Arena in 2012. Southern Scuffle has grown into the top in-season collegiate tournament in the nation. And, there's only 2 real tournaments, and I'm going on a side note here. 2 real tournaments during a collegiate wrestling season. You got the NCAA National Championships, and you got the Southern Scuffle. Southern Scuffle might as well be the NCAA Championships because you have got the best schools, you've got the best wrestlers in the entire country that are already in town in January of each year. And Coach Esslinger deserves a lot of credit for getting that moved here to Chattanooga. But there's also been a marked improvement in the classroom under Esslinger's watch. The Mocs have finished in the top 10 in the nation in team grade point average among wrestling programs 3 times, and topped a 3.0 GPA as a team for the first time in the fall of 2016. They repeated that feat with another 3.0 semester in the fall of 2017. And as I've always said, and I am a former athletic administrator, even on the high school level, athletics is always second to academics, always. And evidently, Coach Esslinger emphasized that and drove that point across to his wrestlers, making sure that he had quality characters, individuals that was going to adhere to that. Because if you're not making the grade, yeah, you may be great in athletics, but you're only there anywhere from 1 to 4 years. And if you don't come out of what you've invested in your time and your talents with a quality degree that you can use in life, well, then something's wrong. But Coach Esslinger, above that, making sure. And UTC, from what I have seen and the reports that I've been getting since I've been here in the area since September, UTC is very firm in making sure that their athletics are doing their job in the classroom. And really great to see that these student athletes, first students, then athletes, are taking care of business like they should. Encourage you to call in 423-800-8949, 423-800-8949. You may want to call in with a comment about Coach Esslinger and his announcement today of his resignation at UTC. It's going to be some big shoes to fill. Even though Coach Esslinger, has only been here 9 years, he has really built this program up and, has done a great job. And, we wish him well. He's following something that's very passionate for himself as well as for his family and also his faith, and cannot condemn him for that. So we only wish him the best in that. 423-800-8949. You can also comment on Facebook, and we will read off those comments if they're applicable to the conversation here. But also some other news going on in Chattanooga. Special week for rising sophomore Oliver Simonson. The Chattanooga area native captured the Tennessee Match Play Championship here in Chattanooga in impressive fashion at Council Fire Golf Club. His day started with a semifinal matchup against Dalton State's Ben Rebney, and after having the opening hole, Simonson won 4 of the next 5 for a commanding 4-up advantage, and Rebney clawed back into the match with birdies at 7 and 8 to cut it to a 2-up lead. Simonson went on another flurry with at 9 and 11 to get back to 4-up with just 7 holes to play. Rebney answered with birdies at 12 and 13, but Simonson was not to be denied. Back-to-back birdies gave him the 4 and 3 rather. The other semifinal went to Hendersonville, Tennessee's Michael Bernard in 20 holes. Bernard would find Simonson's run was far from over. It was a quick 2-up lead with Oliver starting birdie to birdie for 4 in a row between closing out Rebney and starting strong in the final. Bernard got on the board with a birdie, but Simonson answered with his own at 6. Bernard sandwiched that with another birdie at 7. The match headed to 9 with our hero 1 up. Simonson played 9 through 11 with par birdie to swing back to a 4-up margin. A bogey at 12 dropped it to 3 up, but he steadied from there with a matching birdie at 16, earning the win 3 and 2. He grabbed wins in the round of 16 and quarterfinals Wednesday over Lee Maxwell, nationally renowned amateur Tim Jackson. Maxwell dominated early, leading 4 up through the first 7 holes. Oliver chipped away at the lead, but was 2 down with 2 to play, then won 3 straight to claim the win in 19 holes. Simonson won the opening 2 holes against Jackson and was 4 up through 8, but Jackson could not continue. Over his final 65 holes, Simonson played 16 on the positive side, winning 24 holes and losing just 8. He's the 6th mock ever to win a TGA event during Mark Gunny's 13-year tenure as head coach. First Chattanooga win since Wes Gosselin won the 2016 Tennessee Amateur and first in match play since Stephen Fox in 2011. Good evening. You're on the Locker Room Show with Sam Jordan.
Oh, am I? Well, fuck you. God damn it.
Okay. We apologize for that. And apologize for the language. Evidently a wrong number. But rising senior Lake Johnson, playing in the Southern Amateur this week, reached the match play finals in 2016 at the Bear Trace at Harrison Bay in suburban Chattanooga. And so it's good to see that this young man, Oliver Simonson, going to continue the trend of success in the Mox golf action, and sophomore Oliver Simonson. All right, 423-800-8949. 423-800-8949. We encourage you to call in. We're also going to check in and get you updated with the latest in NASCAR action here on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM. We're going to check in with Susie Armstrong, get you updated with the world of racing.
Hamlin may hoist the New Hampshire trophy this Sunday, but it's hands off with the Lobster in Victory Lane.
I'm not going to do anything with it.
I'm Susie Armstrong, and this is the world of racing.
One tool from the AutoZone Loan-A-Tool program can do more than most. It can help tackle a brake job, throw down on a rebuild. It can work fast and hard or slow and steady. It can help grind it out, fix it right, tighten, loosen, twist, turn, and repair to get it done. And it did all of that just last week. There are over 100 specialty tools that AutoZone loans for free, because doing more is what we do best. So visit any of our 5,500 AutoZone locations nationwide today. Deposit required. See store for details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Things happen fast in racing, and if you don't know where to look, you can miss it all. With Legend from Racing Electronics, you'll never miss another moment. Legend gives you live fan vision video, in-car cameras, and stats at NASCAR and other Premier Series events, and the next generation race scanner for unfiltered driver and crew audio at any motorsports event nationwide. NASCAR fans have never been closer to the action. Welcome to the future of the fan experience. Learn more by visiting racingelectronics.com.
Many tracks on the NASCAR circuit honored their victors with a unique award. But New Hampshire Motor Speedway's Live Lobster tends to top the list as the most unusual. For defending race winner Denny Hamlin, the crustacean prize is one he'd like to keep at a distance should he take the checkers on the Magic Mile.
I'm not going to do anything with it. I've seen it and touched it for the last time. I have a lobster phobia. I don't know why. I just don't like them. I cannot eat dinner if someone beside me is eating lobster. I can't look at it. And so, as far as I'm concerned, they need to put it back in the water and let it live.
The NASCAR Cup Series takes the green in Loudon on Sunday. I'm Susie Armstrong, and this is The World of Racing on the Motor Racing Network.
Thank you, Susie. And the race that we had at Kentucky was the halfway point of the 2018 NASCAR season schedule. Race number 19 going to be getting underway at New Hampshire with the New Hampshire 301. That will get underway at 1 o'clock this Sunday on the your NASCAR racing station, Nuga Radio 92.7 FM. Make sure you tune in through the facilities of the Performance Racing Network. Well, it has been a very wonderful day, not too muggy, and we hope that your day has been good. A lot of opportunities for people to get out and, just enjoy the great outdoors that we have. A lot of great things that's here in the Tennessee Valley, whether you're on the Tennessee side or if you're on the Georgia side. I've been around all over the country with working at various radio and TV stations and, covering sporting events all over. And, we have a lot here. I mean, you may have lived here all your life and may have taken it for granted, but I'm telling you, Chattanooga and the Tennessee Valley have a lot of great things to offer. Just in the state parks, Harrison Bay. I was over there a couple of weekends ago. Actually, July 4th, I was over visiting with friends. Yes, I do have friends, and enjoying Harrison Bay. And it's just gorgeous over there. And I mean, everything leading over to Harrison Bay, going off of Route 58, very scenic, to say the least. Then you got Ruby Falls, and you've got Sea Rock City, you've got Lookout Mountain, you've got Signal Mountain, just all over. And then you've got the Chickamauga Battlefield. I don't know if you're into history or not, but that's one of my favorite things is looking at history. It's just, I've traveled through there, just looking at, kind of putting yourself back into that picture of, the Civil War era and stuff, and having to march through there, through the area, the Chickamauga Battlefield. I know where I'm from, up in Pennsylvania, we have the distinction of having Gettysburg, and where a lot of Union and Confederate soldiers, were killed, but that hits me, because I was born, bred, and raised in the South, and then went over to the Yankee side to work in the industry and stuff. So I've seen both sides of the battlefields and everything, but we've got some amazing places here in the Tennessee Valley. And if you're from here and born and raised here, you ought to just go take the time and go check it out and see the great things that you have and the resources that are here in this area. And, I've talked with Pat Rose, who's one of our hosts that we have on the weekends, Set the Hook with Pat Rose. Talk about some outstanding fishing that goes on around here. I mean, we're talking some big fish, big bass, especially. It's like if you're into fishing, you've got a numerous amount of waterways that you can go and hit up. And it's really amazing what we have here to offer here in the Tennessee Valley. So, the weekend is almost here. So I encourage you, it's supposed to be nice this weekend. Get out there and check things out. Just if you don't have to work, grab the kids, get them in the vehicle. You can take the wife or the husband along if you want. And just go check out and explore what we have here in our wonderful area called the Tennessee Valley. We'll be back with more coming up after the break here on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM. Back with more.
Traffic, news, and information. Nooga Radio. Digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM.
3, 2, 1.
Chatta, Nooga Radio. Digital FM 95.3 HD4, 92.7 FM's news now.
The GBI is trying to track down a missing person. Julianne Mosier from Danielsville, Georgia, went missing about a week ago. She left for Elberton but never arrived. She's reportedly driving a black 1994 Chevy Lumina with the plate number RHR 5983. If you see the vehicle or know anything about her whereabouts, call police. Hamilton County narcotics officers say they seized over 30 marijuana plants from a local man's home. It happened on Retro Hughes Road, where Derry Flippo was arrested and charged with possession with intent to resell, convicted felon in possession of a firearm, among other charges. The investigation ongoing. The GBI confirmed it's investigating a Varnell, Georgia police officer accused of inappropriate contact, according to WRCB. The GBI plans to hand over its findings to the appropriate attorneys for prosecution. Val St. John for Nooga Radio News Talk 92.7. Action News now.
David Toulis, I made the move and I hope you will too. 1 o'clock every weekday afternoon, 1 till 3, Nooga Radio.
92.7 Chattanooga weather.
Staying warm and muggy out there through your nighttime hours. Overnight lows only 70 to 73. For Friday, hot highs of around 90. A round of showers and strong storms may move in from the north late, with another round of showers and strong storms tomorrow night. A few showers a little cooler for the weekend. Looking for a new career? Georgia Northwestern Technical College is where you need to be, featuring over 200 programs. Get focused. Get hired. Fall admissions deadline is July 31st. For more, gntc.edu. And I'm Sore G12 meteorologist Hatcher 4.
Nooga Radio 92.7.
I got my business up and running, and it's already expanding. I got lucky. Lucky because I found Signal Voice and Data. Signal Voice and Data can incorporate all of my business information sharing and communications seamlessly, keep my costs down, and let me work more productively with endless connectivity no matter where I might be. That's called working smart, not hard. Go to signalvoicetn.com and bring the future of communication to your business today. signalvoicetn.com.
I live, work, and play in Chattanooga, the scenic city. But when it comes to my next car, truck, or SUV, I'm Alabama bound. Fort Payne, Alabama, and Landers McClarty Ford. Big city selection of new and pre-owned vehicles with the small town price and friendly service. Now, I'm not knocking my hometown, but when it comes to my next ride, I only go to Landers McClarty Ford of Fort Payne. Their selection is huge, but if I can't find what I want, they'll find it for me with the same low price, same great service, and only a short drive away. And I can go online to look around before I leave the house. Got that next dream ride in your head yet? Yeah, you do. Get a head start at LandersMcClartyFord of Don't just dream it, find it at LandersMcClartyFord of FortPayne.com. That's right, Landers McClarty Ford of Fort Payne, Alabama.
Nooga Radio.
Roar into Talladega.
Hello? Who am I speaking with?
Eric.
You're our winner.
Really?
You'll receive tickets for all 3 races between the Camping World Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and the Monster Energy Cup races.
Holy cow.
In addition, you'll receive a 2-night stay at the Microtel Hotel and restaurant accommodations at 2 area restaurants.
Nooga Radio.
Roar into Talladega.
Nooga Radio
92.7.
Your NASCAR racing station. Nooga Radio 92.7 FM.
Nooga Radio 92.7.
Do you hear that? That, my friend, is not what you're thinking. That is the new 2018 Indian Chieftain Dark Horse. Yeah, Indian. Indian motorcycle is more than a bike. It's an experience, an American icon. And Indian Motorcycle of Chattanooga is the only place you'll find their new 2018 line. Are you ready to ride? Join the club. Go to Indian Motorcycle of Chattanooga. Just look for the sign, 153 and Amnicola. Indian Motorcycle, the true American original.
Call 423-875-3600 if you're looking to expand your professional look of your business. Then consider the vast opportunities that are available when you locate your office with the Raines Group family. Remember, it's location, location, location. And the Raines Group has the location for your professional office. Check out the spaces for lease at Executive Business Park on the Lee Highway. Small or large, we will be able to suit your needs with the Raines Group. Call 423-875-3600 for the business professionals with the Raines Group.
Chattanooga Paint and Decorating would like to remind you it's so hot out there. And guess what? Your deck is taking a beating. It's probably starting to show wear. If you're hosting friends, get your deck entertainment ready with a fresh coat of stain and protect it from heat, sun, and rain with a quality sealant. If you want to get to work, Chattanooga Paint and Decorating want to help you. For exterior paint, stains, sealants, and supplies, stop by Chattanooga Paint and Decorating today on Hicks and Pike across from Valvoline or online at ChattanoogaPaint.com.
Nuga Radio. Are you brain dead? Still voting for pathetic liberals? Take 3 hours with Sean Hannity from 3 to 6.
Nuga Radio.
Then call us in the morning between 9 and 11. 92.7 Nuga Radio. It's the moment you've been waiting for. Sam Jordan's Nuga Radio, 92.7 Sports. Now.
The Locker Room Show continues here on Nuga Radio 92.7 FM. Good evening to you. I'm Sam Jordan, your host. Glad to have you along. We're on Facebook Live as well as on YouTube. Hello out there. And you can also comment on Facebook here as well. And you can call in at 423-800-8949, 423-800-8949. Don't forget, coming up after the news at 8 o'clock, we've got two millennials talking. They're going to be talking about Millennial Day that's coming up in an unlikely place at a baseball park, not the AT&T Field, but at a nearby minor league baseball facility. If you haven't heard, big news coming out of downtown Chattanooga at UTC. Head wrestling coach Heath Esslinger has resigned as the wrestling coach there after 9 seasons. Going in a different direction, doing more of his public speaking, motivational speaking, faith-based, has been doing that for quite some time, and leaving his alma mater after 9 years of coaching and really putting UTC wrestling on a national spotlight. Really has done an outstanding job. I mean, other than Cale Sanderson that I know personally from up at Penn State, and Dan Gable, out at Iowa. I would put Coach Heath Esslinger up there in that upper echelon. He has really done an outstanding job for getting UTC wrestling on the national spotlight, and then getting the Southern Scuffle moved here to Chattanooga at McKenzie Arena. And packing the place for 2 days. Just really, that's a huge accomplishment. And the Southern Scuffle might as well be a precursor to the NCAA wrestling tournament, national championship tournament. Seriously. And it all starts right here in Chattanooga. And you can give Coach Heath Esslinger a lot of kudos on being able to do that. While we're talking UTC, their running back Alex Trotter was just announced as a nominee for the prestigious 2018 All-State AFCA Good Works team for making a significant impact on his community through his volunteer accomplishments. Trotter is a graduate of Macaulay School, and he's one of 100 college football players from across the country that were nominated this year for their remarkable good works off the field. Since 1992, the All-State AFCA Good Works team has been one of the most coveted community service awards in college football, bringing together student athletes from all divisions of play to honor their dedication to volunteerism and enriching the lives of others. He boasts an impressive resume of accomplishments, volunteering with the Big Brothers, a Greater Chattanooga organization serving as a positive role model to youth, reading to elementary school students, and providing mentorship and helping during the annual Chattanooga Clean and Green Beautification Project. despite having surgery on his shoulder. So that's going a long ways there. There was 169 nominees. The final roster, 22 award recipients, comprised of 11 players from the NCAA Football Bowl subdivision and 11 players from the NCAA Football Championship subdivision, which UTC is a part of, the FCS. Then there's also Division II, III, and the NAIA with one honorary head coach that will be unveiled in September. And college football fans are encouraged to join in on the conversation by using the hashtag GoodWorksTeam on social media. So congratulations to Alex Trotter, UTC running back, for being nominated for the Good Works team. While we're talking football, Tennessee Vols, Nigel Warrior named to the Bednarik Award watch list. He's a junior defensive back. He's been named to the 2018 Bednarik Award watch list. First ball to be named to the watch list since the defensive trio of Derek Barnett, Jalen Reeves-Maben, and Cameron Sutton were named to the Bednarik's preliminary list in 2016. Warrior totaled 83 tackles with 5 tackles for loss and 3 forced fumbles for the Big Orange last season. The Duluth, Georgia native also had his first career interception last season on the road at Missouri. 70-yard return for a touchdown to give the Vols their first score of the game. So, a lot of award watch lists will be coming up. The Bednarik watch list. You've also got, that's named after college, given to the College Defensive Player of the Year and named after College and Pro Football Hall of Famer Chuck Bednarik, who ironically played at Penn State. Maxwell Football Club presents the award, and head coaches, members of the Maxwell Football Club, and sports writers and sportscasters from across the country vote. The Maxwell Sports Club also sponsors the Maxwell Award, Brett Bell Award, and George Munger Awards, to name a few. The Bednarik Award has been seen by 2 Vols who earned semifinalist honors. Kevin Burnett was UT's first Bednarik Award semifinalist in 2004, and Eric Berry advanced in 2008. The winner of the 2018 Bednarik Award will be announced in early December during the College Football Awards show. Tennessee will be kicking off their season on Saturday, September 1st against West Virginia and Charlotte, North Carolina in the 2018 Belk College Kickoff. And if you'd like to go, Charlotte's not really that far away. You can go online to allvols.com where you can purchase a ticket for that event. All right. And if you want to get your Tennessee Vols fix, well, make sure you tune in to my good friend Nick LeFew every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. with the Breakfast Blitz. Nick will give you all the 411 on Tennessee Vols football or anything else Tennessee Vols out there. 423-800-8949 is the phone number to call to get you in on the hotline here. Let's talk some balls here, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, whatever. Give us a call. We'll talk sports here. Are you surprised with some of the trades or free agent signings, that's going on? Machado leaving Baltimore, going to L.A. There's other rumors of some big deals happening and everything before July 31st gets here. Before the trade deadline, teams are trying to get their rosters set in case they may have a postseason run. It'll be interesting to see what transpires before that July 31st trade deadline. Also, the big news, with LeBron going to the Lakers, leaving Cleveland high and dry. While I was up in the Northeast, I got to listen to a little bit of Cleveland radio while I was traveling to Buffalo and when I was coming back. And, a lot of people up in the Cleveland area aren't giving 2 cents worries about this. They understand that they had a big run for a couple years. They won a championship, first championship maybe ever. But I don't know if the Cleveland Indians, well, 54, I guess they did. But as far as something other than baseball, and even the baseball team hasn't done that well in a while. They did make it to the World Series to take on I think it was the Cubs. But it's like Cleveland has just been a town that just cannot bring championships on a regular basis, not like New York or LA. And that's why you have these mid-major markets that, can fail continuously to try to keep those star athletes from bolting for the big cities and the big bucks that are out there. That's why, in cities like Dallas, Cleveland, even Washington, D.C., Jacksonville, Florida with the Jaguars, it's going to be hard to be able to keep or attract the people to come and stay and help them build into a championship caliber team. It's just hard as can be. But I just thought it was quite interesting to take that observation that fans up there in Cleveland just, okay, LeBron's gone. This is the second time he's done it to his hometown, and, life goes on. So, that's just one of the realities of life, if you're not a major city with a major franchise in the NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, even MLS or NHL, it's not really going to matter. Yeah, you'll have a couple years, but, or one. Vegas, I was really rooting for to win the Stanley Cup. But, it just wasn't meant to be. And, the better team won. Not that I'm not rooting for the Preds. I think that they'll do very well. They will work hard in the offseason. I just noticed here the other week, they just got a big 10-year sponsorship deal from Coca-Cola for millions of dollars, millions, to be the only and official soft drink that will be sold in Bridgestone Arena for any event. So that's another good revenue stream that will hopefully help them find a few more players that will take care of things besides all the different concerts and other events that go on at Bridgestone Arena. John Henry will take that and he will explore every avenue possible. Got to have dinner with the owner of the Nashville Predators here a couple years ago, and very astute individual. And, when we see each other at Bridgestone Arena, there with my son, when we go up to catch a Preds game or some other event, he'll remember me and say hi. And it's like, well, this is pretty good knowing someone high up like that, being an owner of a pro franchise. Not bad at all. But we want to encourage you to call in and give your comments, 423-800-8949. Don't forget, coming up on Sunday, as they say, we got NASCAR racing action from New Hampshire with the New Hampshire 301. And you can hear that right here through the facilities of the Performance Racing Network beginning at 1 o'clock here on Nuga Radio 92.7 FM. Let's check in, get you updated with the latest coming up here from NASCAR Today.
Truex tries again at a place where he's got some history.
Loudon's been one of my home tracks.
I'm Woody Kane. The story next on NASCAR Today.
I noticed my neighbor place a broken lawn chair by his curb. Naturally, I repaired it on the spot using JB Weld Original Cold Weld Formula Epoxy. then took off my shirt and laid down to enjoy the sun. When the family came home and saw a guy sunning himself on their lawn, they yelled, "Hey, you, get out of our yard." But I know their hearts were yelling, "We were idiots for throwing that lawn chair away. Thanks for teaching us about conservation." Don't toss it, JB Weld it.
One tool from the AutoZone Loan-A-Tool program can do more than most. It can help tackle a brake job, throw down on a rebuild. It can work fast and hard or slow and steady. It can help grind it out, fix it right, tighten, loosen, twist, turn, and repair to get it done. And it did all of that just last week. There are over 100 specialty tools that AutoZone loans for free, because doing more is what we do best. So visit any of our 5,500 AutoZone locations nationwide today. Deposit required. See store for details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
NASCAR people like to tease Martin Truex Jr. about having multiple home tracks, one's close to his New Jersey roots, at which he's had a long history. But none of them ring more true than New Hampshire Motor Speedway, where he grew up watching his dad race, and where the Cup Series runs this weekend.
I mean, I've been going up there so long, so I have a ton of history there, and I've won the Busch North races up there a few times. I've won Xfinity race there, and this Cup win's really been eluding me. So it would be a big one to be able to win there. We've been so close. We've led a ton of laps the past, 3 years or so. Man, we just haven't been able to lead the last one. So hopefully this is the year.
Truex has won 3 of the last 6 Cup races this year. First practice at the Magic Mile is at noon Eastern Time tomorrow. I'm Woody Kane. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
Thanks, Woody. And don't forget, once again, you can get all your NASCAR fix right here on your NASCAR racing station. Nuga Radio 92.7 FM with the New Hampshire 301 beginning at 1 o'clock this Sunday. Then they'll go to Pocono out to Long Pond, PA, and be able to race at the Overton's 400. And then they will head up the road on Interstate 80 up to Interstate 180 to go to Williamsport and make that turn to go up US 15 to Watkins Glen, New York for the I Love New York 355 at the Glen. And then they'll make their way back down to Williamsport. You can almost make this clockwork when all the haulers are coming down through for about 3 to 4 hours after the race, because Watkins Glen is probably about an hour and a half away from Williamsport, where I used to live for a number of years. And with that, you could go to the Wegmans parking lot, which Wegmans is a grocery store chain and based out of New York State, and kind of like your Publix down here. And you can park in the parking lot, watch all the haulers come by as they head back toward Interstate 80 to head to Michigan for the race at Michigan International Speedway. Good evening. You're on the Locker Room Show with Sam Jordan. What's your question or comment?
Hey, Sam, how are you, man?
Not bad. And you?
Not bad at all. Hey, I tell you, though, you're talking about the haulers. The best thing I've ever seen, I go to Bristol for both the spring and the fall race. And when they do the hauler parade down State Street, that's one of the coolest things you'll ever see. If you ever get the chance, or anyone ever listening ever gets the chance to go to Bristol at least once,
right,
and go for the whole shebang, from the hauler parade all the way through the race and everything, it'll give them a whole new view of NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
And but I tell you, though, the hauler parade is one of the coolest things you'll ever see. And then, too, if you catch, when they do the not the Cup race, but the Xfinity race, watching those haulers come out after that race, watch them come down the hills and stuff outside of Bristol, man, that's one of the coolest things you'll ever see in your life.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like every year. I mean, when I had my radio stations up in Williamsport and throughout Pennsylvania, it was like, it was almost like a pilgrimage to go to the Wegmans parking lot, because US 15 goes just to the US 15 would be just west of the grocery store. And I mean, Wegmans almost has gotten into the place where they have their own little tailgate party going on, out in the parking lot. So when you see all these haulers, they're not back to back to back to back, like being in a parade, but I mean, almost at times you'd see like 3 or 4 of them come by together at the same time. And usually those would be, a particular team like Roush Fenway or Stewart Haas Racing or something like that, where they travel together. But it is pretty neat to see that and kind of feel like you're getting close to the action. I'm sure you probably experienced that at Bristol.
Oh, yeah. And then, too, the infield at Bristol being so small, and seeing both the Cup haulers and the Xfinity haulers in there literally on top of each other, you just wonder how they even get them in there or how they'll even, get them back out because they're just so compact.
Right. Yeah, it is a neat situation. And hopefully here very, very soon, we're hoping to be announcing another ticket giveaway to a NASCAR track here. We had the promotion here a little over a month and a half, 2 months ago with Talladega. And we've got another one that's almost ready to announce and where people can sign up to win tickets and hopefully have a good time at a upcoming NASCAR race. So
that's right. We're not that far away from Talladega and the Bristol August race.
No, it's
right around the corner.
It's not that far. I mean, we're on the second half of the schedule now. So now, caller, who's your favorite driver?
I'm torn between Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. That's where I'm at now.
Okay.
As a Junior fan, Junior now's gone, of course. So I'm kind of on those two fences right now. So,
do you feel like that the drivers don't have that, like when Dale Jr. was, racing and Jeff Gordon and all that? Do you feel like we're going through another transition phase with the NASCAR drivers?
I don't think it's drivers more than it is NASCAR and the equipment. Putting all the other restrictions now they're doing to the car tomorrow. Well, actually, I don't know what this generation's called, but I think it's more NASCAR rules and the equipment that they're going through with the drivers. You've got some very talented drivers.
All right.
So you've got Larson, you've got, all these people drivers, all technically.
Right. I will have to cut you short, caller. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Have a great night. Two Millennials Talking coming up next.
Traffic, news, and information. Nuga Radio. Digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM. 3, 2, 1. Chatter, Nuga Radio.